A microphone. A microphone check. Good morning, everyone. Tom, aka Nostradamus. I just fall into my pattern every morning. I get on the mic, I put my head down, I start wiping dust off my desk. I don't know. Some habits are hard to break, guys, but at least I'm aware of my problems and I'm trying to address them. How's everyone doing? We got the markets. We're gonna take a look at the stock market. I'd say it's probably gonna be a quick one. And then I found out Papa Powell, I think, is speaking in 31 minutes. We might check out see what he has to say, but I don't know. Stock market's down. Crypto's soon to follow, right? We did a little poll last night. I don't have my good I don't have my good caffeine thing where I can really see the letters. I think we're good enough, guys and gals, right? I'm just trying to make sure. Like, you can't even read that. My Kirkland Advil. Oh, hey. All right, you know what? Screw it. We got, what do we got? My allergies are off the chain. We got that. We got 15 seconds to the bell. We're going to sit here and patiently wait so I can ding, ding, ding it. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. All right, let's see what's going on in the stock market. The E-mini S&P is down quite a bit. The NASDAQ futures are down quite a bit. Let's see how we look at it. Are we going to fade these down moves? I mean, they were down. I think the E-mini S&P was down 50 at one point, and the NASDAQ was down 150 at one point. They're trying to pump right now. They're rookie numbers, though. They need to work on these. Those are rookie numbers. You need to get those numbers up. It's probably just going to be a little mini short-term pump, and then we're going lower. I mean, it's a doom and gloom. Farnswoggle P. Horsetooth in the house. How you doing, brother? I don't know. I saw some news story this morning that this is the worst 6 months in the NASDAQ history since like 1932. I don't know if you remember what was going on in 1932, but it was pretty much some of the darkest times in the United States financial history. The Great Depression. What did that shit last? 10 years? Yikes. Are we headed to 10 years of pain, guys? Yikes and gals. That's a little scary. Again, I think Papa Powell's talking this morning. Maybe the market doesn't like that. Oh, the Nasdaq's pumping right now. It's up 80. What's vol doing? Volatility's up about 33 cents. Crude oil falling off a cliff. It's down $7 a barrel. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but there's this new guy that I watched, the Maverick. What's his name? The Maverick of Wall Street, I think. He's like, careful what you wish for if you want crude oil to crash. I don't know why. Yeah, the Maverick of Wall Street. Be careful what you wish for. I don't know why oil crashing would be a bad thing. But I'll probably check that out in a bit. Let's see what's going on in crypto. I got too many browser windows open. All right. Bitcoin 20,492. It's pretty much been in a range since last night. We did a poll if Bitcoin would go below 20,000. I think it ended up being about 50%. I was in the camp that I thought it would go below 20,000. I mean, I'm not overly surprised it didn't. I'm a little bit surprised, actually, considering that the futures are down. So I'm expecting this to follow soon. See what happens when Papa Powell speaks. Oh, Bill Skaw Foundation follow me. Hell yeah, Bill Skaw. Oh, he told us that last night. That's it, guys. What the hell am I supposed to talk about for the next 27 minutes until freaking JPAL? I'm it. I'm tapped out this morning. I got a lot of things on my mind. I got to get a battery replaced in my car. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. I don't want to deal with it. Like I just want to take it somewhere and then immediately. I don't want to have to wait a while. Like what? Why can't we? Why can't I just have? Where's my Tesla robot to replace my car battery? Is that a thing with Teslas? Like, do Teslas not need batteries anymore? Do they not need car batteries because they just a battery? Does their like battery take care of everything, including the starter? I mean, I would imagine so, right? You want to talk about K and Pill? What's going on with K and Pill? I got some option shit going on I want to check out. Looks like I'm pretty much break even on the call spread I did yesterday. Oh, Tesla's going green. What's going on here? Is the Nasdaq trying to go green? What the F? No, the Nasdaq's down 100, but Tesla's green. No. I need Tesla to go down. Maybe I should get out of this call spread while I'm flat. Let's see, close. I'm only down dollar 90. I'm down about $13. Don't panic yet, Tom. Don't panic yet. Why is Tesla? I mean, Tesla's pumping. Pump it up. Let's see how my Coinbase strangle is going. Profit loss since open. Profit loss for the day, $105. See, this is what sucks, man. My Coinbase is down $3, so my short call should be up money, but it's actually down. Can anyone explain that? Ricky in the house. How you doing, brother? You're gonna be so. I didn't promise to watch Whiplash last night. I was leaning that way, and then I don't know, some shit came up, and I got tired, and I'm like, I'm not gonna try and force this movie when I'm still really tired right now, man. I feel like I woke up and I feel like I immediately need a nap. So I'm gonna wait until I get a little bit more rested. I'm on vacation now. I'm going to watch Whiplash. I'm not even making a promise. I know, like I want to watch Whiplash. I'm going to watch Whiplash. I'm very much looking forward to it. I better not be let down. I've heard nothing but good things. This chat, outside of this chat, in fact, they brought it up on Tastyworks yesterday. Yeah, this is insane. My short call is down $79 on the day and the stock is down. Thank you, volatility. As volatility goes up, premium goes up. Nasdaq's trying to go up. It's only down 70. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's pop back on over. What's going on? Let's get some shit closed. Too many. I need to get HD performances of Tool and Pussifer at Bonnaroo. Does that exist? Let's get to the important shit. Pussifer at Bonnaroo. Man overboard. Is this? Wait. This looks like a playlist. No? 5 minutes? No. I mean, this is gonna just get me. That doesn't look like him, does it? All right. Ooh. Biden, there's gonna be a pin. There's going to be another pandemic? What the hell is this?
Least this year, we do need more money, but we don't just need more money for vaccines for children eventually. We need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's going to be another pandemic. We have to think ahead. And that's not something the last outfit did very well. That's something we've been doing fairly well. That's why we need the money. Thank you all. At least this year, we do need more money.
Is this
We don't just
recent?
need more money for vaccines for children eventually. We need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's going to be another pandemic.
You know what we need is not to have super labs freaking playing with viruses and letting them get leaked. That's what we need. That's why we had a pandemic. He chose to he chose What's going on at Key and Pill? Capo have anything to say? Anything about the hammer? He's calling a 16K local bottom. Do I need to adjust my bids? I'm hoping for a wick down. I'm hoping for a nice fat wick down, fill my bids, and then immediately make a 2x in my sleep. Just maybe I'm being a little bit too greedy, but whatever. What does Plan B got to say? Talking about this banking thing. There's some banking, like some banks are coming out saying crypto's bad. Shocker. Banks saying this are idiots. They just need to figure out how to get their piece of the pie. The ones that aren't figuring out how to get their piece of the pie are the ones that are going under. Tech dev. What does tech dev got? In my opinion, the meaningful few pixel prints on the Bitcoin HTF chart. You know what? Everyone's talking about the MVRV now, right? I bring up the MVRV. I see, I think George, Benjamin Cohen, are all the greats watching my channel and not giving me any love? Are you kidding me? What's the MVRV at right now? Oh, look at that, man. It hit a low yesterday. So low, I can't even get it to show me. 0.9. 0.9. No, it was lower than that. 0.89. It looks like it's lower than that, but it was such a quick blip, it won't show me. It won't pop down. Looks like it got really freaking low. Is there a way to... That is not what I wanted to do. We can probably go like that, yeah. What if we go like... 0.083? Pretty low, guys. Pretty low. You know, this is weird. I don't know why my chat... Doesn't the chat like, why is it... This has been bugging me, and I thought maybe it's always like this, but doesn't the chat normally start at the top and fill down? Like, let me do this. Yeah, I don't know why when you pop out, normally it looks like that, right? But when I pop it out, it goes to the bottom. I don't think it's always like that. 3 people, 5 likes. Hell yeah, guys. Hell yeah. Thank you very much. I didn't even have to do this yet. Maybe let's see if we can do a poll. I guess we'll just do another boring poll. I do got some Harmony One news. Yeah. You know what? Actually, let's take a look. I almost forgot. I'm sitting here complaining about things to talk about. I have a title, and then I'm almost like, are you surprised that like I would put up a title and not completely talk about it? Okay. Anyone got a good poll suggestion? I'm laughing because of the word poll. I'm such a freaking juvenile. Ugh. What's there to talk about in Key and Peele? Heyo, Koska in the house. How you doing, sister? Off to a great start. There's a competition. Meh. Meh. There's nothing to talk about over here. Are you kidding me? What's the price of this rug pull? Bitcoin 2,500. Let's get a market update. Nasdaq 79. E-mini S&P 30, trying to make a comeback. Crude oil. Is crude oil going to go under $100 a barrel? Maybe that's a question. What huge news? Retro in the house. How you doing, brother? We can talk about the huge news. I guess. Harmony 1, T-Stout in the house. How you doing, brother? All right. You know what? I was watching the wrong video last night. Apparently there is a millipede or a centipede. I'm not going to watch this now. Calm down. But I do thank all you assholes, because now my YouTube feed's full of a bunch of like snake and like dumbass videos again. I'm watching this bro. In fact, like I ended up watching this weird ass bro, like 3 or 4 videos of his last night where he's taking like freaking, I mean, I'm all over the map. But see, snake. I watched the snake video. I'm watching this. This guy shows up on my thing. He's got some dog throwing contraption, and then this one was really weird. And then this guy, like this is all your fault. Every one of your guys' faults for ruining me like this. Look at this. This dude
Do you guys
is a weirdo.
Nest? Last time you all
He's got, what are these? Hornets? I mean, yeah, hornets. Like he's taking these, moving them into his house and making them pets. Obviously, it's just for the clicks, but like, who in their right mind would want hornets as pets? He got stung during this too. Oh, I hate every one of you. All right, enough about that. Harmony 1. Wow. Will that show up if I do that in incognito is the question. YouTube is really good at making you feel special. Man, oh, I used to get these daily doses of internet all the time. Now I got it.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. A truck carrying money opened up
They don't
and
show up
scattered
on my
cash
feed
all
anymore.
over
The
a highway.
algorithm sucks.
Someone dropped money all over the freeway.
I want to see.
Literally.
I missed it. That was pretty cool. All right, Harmony 1 News. See, oh, I still show up. What? Hell yeah, guys. Hell yeah. Let's see if I'm getting some tags in the top. Whatchamacallit. Oh, look at that, baby. Anyone searching for Harmony 1 right now? They're going to come to the greatest channel on the planet. You know, I even show up higher than the video I'm looking for. 3 reasons why is buying Harmony 1. Yeah, because he's got a lot of skin in the game. 400% crypto token, amazing Ethereum token, ready to rip. all right, big boy. Crime Klepto. Why Cardano will crush Ethereum and others. Yep, I agree with that. This is what one is hiding from 22 investors. I don't see any of the alpha we're about to show you, but your boy is about to give you the alpha. I got lazy. My apologies. I got lazy as hell on the thumbnail. I just grabbed an old, the last time I talked Harmony One, recycled, and I made that. I didn't even realize it was set. That one was set to private, so the stream wasn't even like dinging until like 5 minutes before time. Totally my fault. They're in Palo Alto. Here we go. It's a quick video. We can take a look at this. 2 minutes, guys. This is the alpha. Let me know if you can hear that. Do I need to turn it up?
I'm Peter Abilla. I'm with the Harmony Core team, and I'd like to talk about our gaming.
Does that sound good? Do I need to turn that up? Jack in the house. How you doing, brother? The 10 people still invested in Harmony One. Let me know if you can hear that. Do I need to turn it up?
I'm Peter Abilla. I'm with the Harmony Core team, and I'd like to talk about our gaming.
Does that sound good? Do I need to turn that up? Jack in the house. How you doing, brother? The 10 people still invested in Harmony One.
Initiatives. Harmony has been the platform for DeFi, NFTs, arbitrage bots, and the largest game since Axie Infinity, DeFi Kingdoms.
We're battle tested. We have a track record of supporting the largest game with the highest level of transactions anywhere in the blockchain space. Earlier this year, we dealt with arbitrage bots with a huge spam attack. And
now, I'm not going to lie. When I first saw this and heard this guy comes out of the gate. I'm like,
DeFi, NFTs, arbitrage bots, and the largest game.
I'm like, who is this fool, right? He doesn't look nerd. What does this guy know about freaking crypto, right? He doesn't look like he's been programming in Solidity, or you know what I'm saying? So then, but he makes a very good point. They did deal with a huge amount of arbitrage bots and huge spam attacks. That was a very real problem. I will give him credit for that. Turn that bitch up. I don't know.
Spam attack and the Quest core contract from DeFi Kingdoms, which is more massive than almost any other contract in the blockchain space. Average blockchains in general can.
All right, let's get all this shit closed. My head's gonna explode, guys. All right, let's get all this shit. A real problem. I will give him credit though, right? He does
With a huge and the Quest core contract from DeFi Kingdoms, which is more massive than almost any other contract in the blockchain space.
There we go.
Average blockchain.
All right, I think we're good. Now hopefully I can find where I have that shit open. Oh, hey, baby. Woosah. 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 Woo effing saw. Probably have to start all over. All right, we can just do this. Wait, that's me. There we go.
Can support 9 million gas for their contract space, which is more massive than almost any other contract in the blockchain space. Average and the Quest Core contract from DeFi Kingdoms, which is more massive record of supporting the largest game with the highest level of transactions anywhere in the blockchain space. Earlier this year, we dealt with arbitrage bots.
They didn't deal with it very well.
And the Quest Core contract from DeFi Kingdoms, which is more massive than almost any other contract in the blockchain.
So, yeah, he's talking about how they dealt with it. Now, they got attacked. How well they dealt with it is a question for debate, if we're being honest with each other. Now, he is talking about this contract from DeFi Kingdoms. It is, I'm assuming this is true. Their contracts are massive, because what I mean is like when you send like 5 or 6 characters off to do their thing, it's a very huge contract and it's a lot of different interactions. And they built that out versus kind of like what Mars Colony's doing, where you have to do like one avatar at a time, right? I don't know if that means Mars doesn't have good devs and they can't figure out how to write that complex contract. All right, so if DeFi Kingdoms goes under, Harmony One goes under, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think it would be a pretty big blow, but Harmony One's not going to be defined by Harmony One's being propped up by DFK right now, but we don't know how much the landscape's going to change in the next 3 to 4 years. I personally, my prediction, if we have an extended bear market, which I'm also don't think we're going to. Again, I think the Fed's going to turn dovish here sometime this year and shit's going to turn around. But that might be one last hurrah. If that happens, if the Fed turns dovish and shit starts blasting off again, I would definitely be looking to take profits this time around, because I don't know how long-lived that could be. God damn it, when I drop that, I get so frustrated. Stop. My OCD is in freaking overdrive. On top of that, it's hot as hell in my room already. 7 a.m. All right, 4 minutes to Papa Powell speaks. All right, let's get this finished up.
Chain space. Average blockchains in general can support 9 million gas for their contracts. The Quest Core contract had 90 million gas, 10 times larger than what an entire block could support.
It sounds like you need to take an antacid or an anti-gas. Like, what does that even mean? 9 million gas and 90 million gas.
Almost anywhere else. And we handled it with 1/4 of our potential.
You didn't handle it very well, bro.
We're excited to announce that
so they have a game shard
will be dedicated to support games coming to Harmony, powered by our upcoming cross-shard messaging protocol.
They're saying a lot of words here, but they're not really explaining it very well.
This cross-shard messaging, projects on our game shard will access contracts and liquidity located anywhere across our blockchain.
Up until now, everything you've experienced on Harmony has been on shard 0. Currently, shards 1, 2, and 3 are unused and empty, and we're excited to dedicate shard 1 to games on Harmony. Games can enjoy the fast network of our brand new game shard, and their players can enjoy gaming with inexpensive fees. Harmony will have launch titles and studio partners, and we'll share more on that closer to launch.
Developers select us because in their mind, they think about the user experience of the great games that they are creating.
What did he say?
Great games that you experience of the great games that they are creating. Select us because in their mind,
share more on that closer to launch.
Developers select us because in their mind, they think about the user experience.
Developers select Harmony One because it's Ethereum. It's EVM compatible. Change a few lines of code, and there's a lot of suckers over here that'll buy your project. It seems like an easy way to make a lot of. That's why most projects choose anything right now. Where can I make the most money?
Of the great games that they are creating, of the great games that you are creating. And you know that the technology of blockchain is something that you want to incorporate, but you don't want your users to have a subpar experience. And that's why
we've already had that, bro.
Developers are selecting Harmony as their blockchain of choice when they deploy their Web3 games.
No, bro, we've had subpar experiences for quite some time. Are you kidding me? All right, look, I wanted this to be a positive message, and I immediately turned into negative Nancy. My apologies. This is look. At least it's it's news, right? They have 4 shards: 0, 1, 2, 3. The only shard being used right now is shard 0. They're gonna put the gaming on shard 1. Well, the rubber's meeting the road. The rubber's continuing to meet the road. Let's see if this solves problems. Does this just mean shard 1 is gonna be like horrible now? You know what I'm saying? And shard 0, we're not. Is it just moving a terrible experience from one shard to another shard? Like, is all the games going to be on shard 1? Shard 1's going to suck, but nothing's happening on shard 0? Is it just a shell game? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to have, that's another thing. I already talked about how, like, the validator problem on Harmony 1. Well, validators have to choose their shard. And so I chose shard 1. I didn't really have any rhyme or reason. I almost went shard 0 because I knew that's where everything was. But then, I was talking to Baby Pleb, and I forget who else I was talking to. And for whatever reason, I ended up picking up. So I ended up picking the gaming shard. But that don't mean shit. I don't mean shit. It doesn't do me any good because I'm not elected. And Harmony 1 does literally nothing to help validators, period. The only thing they care about, stop, Tom, just stop. Anyway, there's a lot of good news here. They're going to have a gaming shard. Watch, see how it pans out. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? I honestly don't know. I don't know if it's going to solve problems. If the gaming shard's still going to just, RPC issues, this and that. But at least they're developing, at least they're working on it. And I do continue to say that I think the risk versus reward on Harmony 1 is really good. The price Harmony 1, hovering around 2.5 cents. We'll get an exact amount in a second. Let's get all these garbage. You know what? We're just going to close that whole window because we're through with that video. Papa Pal should be speaking right now. Maybe we can see what's going on there. So tasty in the morning. It's hot. Oh no. The market's collapsing. The market is collapsing 6 hours ago. Come on, bro. Is he covering Jerome Powell? Truth comes out about Voyager. Oh, he's done already. I want Voyager.
But recently they took out a huge loan from Alameda Research. And people speculated, it's because Voyager and Alameda or /FTX were joining together to try to take down
T-Top in the house. How you doing, brother?
That's why they got that loan. No, it turned out that was not the
I
reason
need
why they
a
got the loan,
metric
right?
shit ton, T-Stout.
Why did they take out that loan?
I'm seriously, again, I was debating, like, why do I even keep this thing running? It's not... I feel like I'm just a losing cause, to be quite honest. Harmony 1 staking. No, I don't want a calculator, bitch. Although we could take a look at that. almost only about half of the validate. I've read, and before I even spun it up, I read nightmare articles where people said they tried to get a Harmony validator going and it was just a freaking nightmare. This Deadpool, I mean, she's really she's pretty cool chick. She's really active on social media, on Twitter. She started with Cardano, but good for her. Slots 3, Shard 3. Last expected return 10%. I doubt nothing's changed. I got one sugar daddy. Yeah, we got one sugar daddy. Bill Scott in the house. How you doing, brother? We got one sugar daddy. This is Kurt. He's being shipped off right now. This is Bill Scott right here. I'm not sure who this 109 is, and that's me. All right, 20,001, 12 months fee. Monthly network increase. What if I put in 100,001? Oh, validator. How much would I make off a validator? 4 million? Would it cover the bills? Yearly reward weight. Current holdings. I think I would earn 8,166 in one. Oh, I don't know. Like I would only 5% fee. Daily income. If I could get validated, I would make $22 a day. I mean, all this money, I just need it to pay for itself. That's all I want. And any extra income, we start building out a business, right? I would want to spin up a Cardano validator. I would want to spin up a Polkadot validator. I'd want to spin up an Atom validator, right? I want to be part of the solution. I'm not doing this to make money. In fact, I'm hemorrhaging money. Kurt isn't going broke. It doesn't cost him anything. Just rolled out of bed, you lazy F. Yo, Tom Smash, since you know what networking cloud I suppose you know about networking cloud. Are you doubting me? You bitch. Why our blockchain? Because AWS is an amazing platform. They don't all use AWS, but AWS is the premier platform to run like Linux servers and shit on. I mean, that's why. And it doesn't really, like, you might sit there and think that, oh, it's not very centralized. What happens when AWS goes down? Well, there is a thing called like, having redundant clouds that you would want. Like if you were serious, and when I get serious, I would spin up a second validator, HA on the Harmony One. But that shit costs money, guys. So mine runs in DigitalOcean, but if it supported it, I would run up a node also in like AWS or some other shitty cheap platform, right? Or, they can do the same thing. They could have servers running up in, and there's this like movement where there's software actually that you can integrate and it'll say, okay, AWS is more expensive than Azure right now. It'll spin the servers down and spin it back up like simultaneously just to keep shit going and, cost savings and all this. But AWS is the best cloud platform, especially for like Linux servers and shit. How is this decentralized if at the end of the day, everyone... Yeah, I mean, Cheeky Crypto brought that up a while ago. Like, most validators, I think, on Harmony One are using DigitalOcean. If DigitalOcean goes down, Harmony One's effed right now. You're asking we only have no, man. I mean, there's so many cloud... There's, what do they call them? VPSs. So Amazon, Google, Azure, and Oracle are the three biggest cloud, and I think it's Amazon number one, Azure number two. It's catching up quickly. I think Google or Oracle are fighting around there. There's also, I think, VMware Cloud. Those are like full on like cloud, like baller type. You know, you can, like, for example, Azure, you can, I could spend all day talking about the things you can do there, but you could spin up server farms and you can set up like scale out, say like too much CPUs hitting this thing. Well, it could scale out servers for you. You can integrate CDN networks. You can integrate, you know, deploying servers geo redundantly close to where your market base is to cut down on delays. The geo redundancy, like a whole data center could go down and you could have geo redundant where your servers automatically spin up. There's a ton of network integrations. They have applications for everything. For example, this Palo Alto firewall that was sitting on my desk. You wouldn't get a physical Palo Alto firewall and send it to Azure. You would just spin up a virtual Palo Alto firewall in the cloud. And you can simply do that by going to like Azure applications, search for Palo Alto, click on Palo Alto, it spins it up, and Palo Alto has a pay per use, right? You pay for the use, how much time it's being used. I could go on and on to the break of dawn with so much shit about this. With things like DigitalOcean, you spin up a server and you can attach a backup plan, but that's about it. You can add some simple firewall rules, shit like that, but it's a totally different ballgame. I don't think they have things like geo redundancy and things like that. What is edge computing? You know, why are you asking me that? Capitalism always leads to monopolies. Edge computing, it's kind of, you know, this is a big buzzword. I don't want to even get it wrong. I kind of know what it is, but I'm not sure what the edge computing. Closer to the source. This shit just goes, I mean, it goes back and forth. Edge computing is a distributed computing framework that brings in, I think someone used this yesterday, but they didn't use it, such as IoT devices or local edge servers. What is edge computing? Explain. Edge computing is already in use from the wearable. Oh, okay. It's just a new buzzword they put together. We had edge computing and then we went to data center and now it's going back to the edge. It's just like we had physical and then virtual became a big thing and then physical became a big thing. It's a way to continue to get you to spend money. IoT devices, it's just edge computing means trying to have the CPU as close to the source as possible. So for example, my PC's edge computing. But I don't know. Like, I don't know why this is such a weird buzzword all of a sudden. What is edge computing and why does it matter? Part of a distributed computing technology. Which information processing is located closer to the edge. What is the relationship between 5G while edge computing can be deployed on the networks, such as, all right, how to buy. I don't get it. Like, It's just a new term for something that has existed for decades, I guess. Because we have clients that have edge computing where they have the server and the SAN on-prem, and we have clients with cloud computing. I think it's just a buzzword that like server companies made up so that people, just to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, everyone's going cloud, but we want some of that edge computing market back. I personally think most businesses make more sense to go cloud now versus edge computing. It's crazy too, because I was involved in a sale yesterday, and I created 2 scopes of work. One was, you have your 2 servers and a Nimble SAN on-prem versus you go all to our private cloud and SharePoint and OneDrive and all this stuff. And they were like, well, what would you do? And I'm like, that's a tough question. Do you want all the resources on-prem? Do you want, theoretically, you're going to get a little bit more performance versus the cloud. And the cloud, they're really not going to notice the performance though, because the Citrix servers and the database and the app servers, while they're in a cloud location, they're edge to each other. They're all in the same location. So when you get into the application and it needs to go to the database, it's right there on high performance equipment. The only delay might be is you're connecting to Citrix and Citrix is going over the WAN, right? But when it's such small amounts of data and things, for the most part, you're really not going to notice it. So that's a tough question to answer. But when you go something like cloud, whether it's Azure, private cloud, or whatever, you no longer have to deal with the equipment. Replacing the equipment it's a lot of money and it's a lot of hours. Like it was like probably 100 hours just for me to replace all the equipment, let alone do the work after that. And then you got to pay for the electricity. And then you got to do that like every 5 years versus you just go to the cloud. You don't have to worry about the equipment anymore. And you get a lot of other cool features. So there's trade-offs to both, to be quite honest. And again, a lot of times, like say, for example, if minimal delay is important, minimal delay between the end user and what you're doing, you're definitely going to want to probably lean towards edge computing. But most of this stuff is going cloud, in my opinion. What happens when all the validators would have to go down? So as long as some validators are up, it would probably just slow down. I looked a little bit at the Harmaforce Reddit. It looks like the quick vibe is it looks like they just pick an already decent sized validator and try and get them more. I'm not sure. I'll take a look when I get more time. Yep, can't fight that. Can't fight human nature. I agree. So blah, blah. Hopefully Akash can figure out decentralized cloud storage and compute. I think there is a huge future with cloud storage. I don't know about compute, but we'll see. They're going to definitely want, cloud storage and decentralized storage will probably be a big thing. Again, I'm not sure about compute. I know I should do my own DD, but since you mentioned it's how Akash going to pull off decentralized cloud, I don't think it's impossible for them to pull off decentralized storage. I just decentralized CPU and GPU. That one I'm having a tough time getting to the finish line on. So the validator and the RPC, I don't know where the storage is handled. Like is because you have to store, they say the blockchain, the ledger is open, right? But you got to store all that somewhere. And that is going to lead to a massive amount of like a data storage crunch. Remember on Silicon Valley when he was talking about that? I forget how that went. Anyway, we're going to need a tremendous amount of data, but so the validating is going to be, these cloud servers. I don't know if Harmony One I don't think Harmony One has their own validators. Yeah, but if you can't validate, that's a problem. I think that's decentralized enough that there would have to be basically a complete internet outage. Who knows though, man? Like even DigitalOcean, for all I know, DigitalOcean is just DigitalOcean. For all I know, DigitalOcean's running on Amazon and they just resell. For all I know, DigitalOcean, if Amazon goes down, DigitalOcean's effed. I know like Cloudflare goes down and it caused a lot of problems because they handle a lot of the DNS queries and proxies and all that shit. And, they have set up like anti-DDoS attacks. And so something like Cloudflare causes major problems. We've had bad Amazon short outages recently, and it didn't really seem to take down any of the decentralization, any of Harmony One or whatever. No, I didn't say digital Amazon. I said, for all I know, digital Amazon is running on Amazon, and they just resell it. I don't think that's the case. They probably have their own servers. I don't freaking know, guys. But it could be a rug pull. It could be a scam running on AWS. They can do Kubernetes clusters. They do have some applications and HOSes and pauses, product hardware. No, POS, SaaS, software as a service. You can run. They just have MySQL and Mongo. They don't, and Postgres. I don't know what Redis is. You can't. I mean, you can run MySQL, but you would have to spin up the virtual machine. They got block storage. Very basic. They got load balancers. Okay. 185 countries. They have their own data centers, it looks like. But this is what's called a VPS versus like a full-on cloud. I don't even remember what the VPS stands for. All right, let's see what the market's doing. I mean, Powell's been speaking now for 20 minutes. Tesla's up $18. That is not good. Oh, son of a bitch. Bro, give me a break. Are you just like trolling me now? I don't even know what VPS stands for. Virtual private server. It's just a way for you to spin up your server. I mean, your head would explode if I tried to tell you. I've already tried to tell you how Azure is like way different, bro, and you couldn't handle it. And I didn't even scratch the surface. With Azure, you can set up Office 365. You can set up Azure AD. You can join your computers to an Azure AD domain now. You can integrate SSO with everything. You can integrate it so that you log into just about everything on the planet with your Azure AD. You know what I'm saying? You're at what, and you can say, this is my domain. Everything on my domain goes to my Microsoft Azure AD. It handles my email. It handles my SharePoint. It handles my Teams. It handles, again, Azure AD. And I can integrate that with SAML into almost every freaking thing out there that we log into, whether it be like GitHub or HubSpot or Slack or whatever and then you can integrate multi-factor authentication with it. And I'm not even scratching the freaking, that's just like 1% of what Azure can do, or even AWS can do. Over here, you can get a fucking server. You can do that on Azure too. You can spin up servers. You can spin up, I guess they have block storage, but with Azure, you can get block storage and integrate it with your domain. You can, what else? I mean, I can go on and on to the break of dawn. Please, all right, bro, I am here for that. Why? Like, why do you need Cloud Alpha? You doing you changing professions? Yeah, there's security. There's a lot of different security and networks and way you can integrate networks and way you can integrate VPNs. You can connect, you could spin up your own servers, spin up your own SaaS database. You don't even need to run your SQL on a server anymore. You can spin up entire applications now without even having servers on it. And then you can have all that integrated. You can spin up VPNs that connect to Azure to your on-prem with an IPsec tunnel, or they even have like direct access networking that you could pay for, and you get high priority private networks to it. Again, not even scratching the surface. You can use real firewalls. You can spin up Palo Alto firewalls and have all the next gen shit going on with it. Almost anything that you can think of in IT, they have an application for it in Azure. You just go to Enterprise Applications and install it within your Azure network. All right, I'm done. Dicks. And again, Tom, say one more time, you didn't even scratch the surface.
Decisions made by the Biden administration, like prohibiting new oil and gas leases on public lands and waters and choking off future access through the Keystone XL pipeline and increasing U.S. dependence on foreign
Oh,
energy
look at that,
sources by
man. The
actively
NASDAQ
calling
is
on
pumping.
OPEC
I'm
to
going to
produce
get
more oil.
destroyed in my
All of these
Tesla
seem
calls.
to send a terrible
Do I take the
message
loss
to the
now?
market about the future of
I'm only
investing in oil and
down.
gas processes within the United States.
I'm going to let that play out. I'm not going to be
At the same time, Mr. Chairman, your tools are designed, as we've discussed in the past, to impact not necessarily the supply side, but the demand side of inflation. So if you attempt
not as lucrative to them
and slap
to our 2%.
Is this even Powell?
you to restore the American people's.
Or is this just the
my favorite
Fed?
station in the world, but it'll have to do. So let me just.
All right.
down the different
All right,
causes
that's
of
some boring
inflation.
shit. Whatever's happening, stock. What did that title say? Is that? So tasty in the morning. So I don't think Powell's spoken yet. Oh, Jerome Powell live before. So there, he's in Congress. Who is this? Trading Fraternity. I used to watch this guy.
Headline inflation.
Oh, Powell is
headline
talking.
Inflation itself is because food and energy tend to be quite volatile. They tend to move up and move down, and that's been the history. So core enables us to look through that volatility, and so we focus very much on that as a better representation of what underlying inflation of the economy is at any given time.
And I think but in this particular case, that core inflation, if we're not going to include some of those, what I think earlier we thought would be transitory in nature portions of inflation, they have proven not to be transitory. In fact, South Dakotans are now paying $682 more per month on goods and services than they were when President Biden took office due to inflation. The administration is claiming.
I don't know who this guy is, but he's obviously a Republican.
But as you've just indicated, you focus on core, and your tools might very well work on core, but not on those really heavy drivers to inflation that South Dakotans are seeing like the rest of the country. See, Mr. Chairman, what I believe is going to happen here, and I just share this, clearly you are aware that you're going to be the person that takes the fall if inflation is not brought under control. And this administration is going to point to you and to the Federal Reserve saying, you have the tools to fix inflation and you're not doing your job. When in essence, the portion of inflation which Americans are feeling today may not just be the core inflation that some of your tools do, but the total cost of inflation that my citizens in South Dakota feel to the tune of well, $682 more per month in living expenses than what they were when this administration took office.
So we're focused on the part of it that we can address, and that is there's a job to do on demand here. There are parts of the economy where demand exceeds supply, and that's where we think our tools can help, and that's what we're focused on.
Very good. Just very briefly, Mr. Chairman, another item. The Basel Committee on Banking Supervision issued a press release indicating that it had made substantive technical changes to the calculation of the GSIB score for EU-based global systemically important banks, the GSIBs. Do you, the Federal Reserve as being a part of this organization, do you believe right now that this change reflects the views of the Federal Reserve as an influential member of the Basel Committee? Apparently, it looks like this may very well provide...
Boring! All right, that's a nothing burger. Whatever, the market, he's like, you realize you're going to take the fall if... for something. He keeps blaming the administration. I'm like, you really think we're in this situation because of the current administration? Again, I'm not trying to blame Trump. I'm not trying to blame Biden, but we're in this situation because of the pandemic, and not necessarily what Biden's doing now, but what they did during the Trump administration. And I'm not blaming Trump. Like, I don't know if we could have handled this any better, no matter who's in, again, the way to not get us into this situation is not have super labs that allow a virus to get leaked that could possibly take down the world. We caused it, the own human race caused this shit themselves. I like Powell, man. I think Powell does a good job of speaking. I think he's cool, calm, collective, holds his composure, and I think he's doing a pretty freaking good job. Like, I don't know who could do a better job. This may not be popular opinion. People like to you get me excited. People shit on Powell because they don't like what's going on in the economy right now. Is it fair? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? But again, Powell didn't leak the virus. Powell didn't create the pandemic. He's just trying to clean up the human, the massive pile of shit that the human race dumped on themselves. So, fake virus. Oh, goodness. All right. So what's killing everyone? What COVID deaths? Like, if it wasn't COVID, what was it? What do we got? 9.9 deaths. Oh, this is only in California. Fresno, Los Angeles, San Diego. Let's see, for today globally. $6.32 million deaths. 541 million. So what percent is that? .01%. That's almost down to what a normal flu virus would be, I think. Isn't it? Isn't a normal flu virus about the same? But it causes a lot of other complications too, like long COVID, permanent lung damage. Retro, I'm stupid to understand it. I just prayed to Dr. Greg Osuri. Who is that? Oh, Akash. Yeah, I guess, Bill. I mean, we didn't need to shut down everything. It's not like every day you wake up. It wasn't a fake pandemic. It was most definitely a pandemic. By every definition of the sense, it was a pandemic. And hindsight's 2020. Did we need to shut everything down? I don't freaking know. I know as it was, hospitals were overloaded. People were dying. It could have been much, much worse if we didn't shut things down. We don't know. We don't freaking know. You're always opinionated and 100% sure that it's a Bitcoin bottom and we didn't need to shut things down. I'm saying I don't know if it's a Bitcoin bottom, and I don't know if it would have been better if we would have left everything open. It's impossible to know. We just have to continue to go forward what we think the best solution is with the lemonade we've made. Statistically speaking, I would imagine the older you got, the higher risk you were, but it flat out killed people young. Flat out killed them. And typically that wouldn't happen with the regular flu. Again, I don't know if it would have been better to not shut everything down. I really don't know. I lean towards shutting things down was probably the right move. Not, if anything, just to prevent like the mass chaos that could have happened. Who knows, like what other, side things could have happened if we just let the panic, people dying and the panic, we probably would have just like went into martial law. So you think about all vectors, right? Anyway, I don't want to turn this into a political or if we did, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're saying you know what I'm saying too many times. 80, 90 times? Too many times. All right, everyone. 7:34. I've already talked way longer than I planned on it. Let's see what the market's doing. I gotta go. I'm so frustrated with what I gotta do today. I gotta get a car battery. I gotta try and get an oil change in. I gotta try and get a nap or two in. The repercussions are gonna. You don't know that, bro. You just don't know. You don't know, Bill. Stop acting like you can see into the future and see into the past. I think we handled the situation. We could have handled it worse. Like, you're expecting perfection out of something that the human race has really never dealt with before. Kurt is on his way to an oil refinery out in the ocean. You know what? Let's take a look at. Let's get really depressed. Let's see if Harmony One's pumping. And I mean the Harmony One ecosystem. Man, I didn't drink an energy drink today. And I didn't drink coffee this morning. I took either 2 caffeine pills or 3. I thought I only took 2, but my body is revving up like I took 3. I'm feeling a little like maybe took too much caffeine right now. All right. Crystal 23, Jewel 19. It's pretty much even off since we looked at it yesterday. FIRA 40 cents. Trank 2 cents. Night 8 cents. Hville, or like Snoozeville, 9 cents. Evo down to 0.007. Workout stream. No. You don't want to see me work out. It would be pretty pathetic. You're always trying to get me to do push-ups and shit, Ricky. Let's see what's going on Twitter. Kremlin, let's see what the real fly has to say. He's usually got some alpha. Attention plebs. Best, okay. I want current. 1 hour. Russian FM on the is Russia gonna invade Lithuania? Because that's gonna cause a crash of epic proportions. Germany declare phase 2 of phase 3 alarm stage of emergency gas plan. What is that from? Everything collapses again. Okay. These guys with their freaking headlines. It was down, now it's up. Where's that headline? Bitcoin 20,805. It's probably pushing 21,000 then. Good thing I didn't ask if. I didn't really feel like Bitcoin was going to go under 20,000 today now. It was holding too strong at like 20 and a half. It is pushing. I think it's going to continue to be, no matter what. I know Bill Scott is going to continue to beat his chest. This shit could go up all the way up to 27 to like maybe 28,000. It will not be out of the question for this to get up to like 27,000 and then the next leg down. That's all I'm saying. Be careful, guys. This is how bear markets work. Just because we're pumping now, all I'm saying is, could it do this? Maybe, but why? Why would that happen? Give me one the war in Ukraine ends. That shit ain't happening anytime soon. We don't go into a recession. We're already in a recession. They just haven't told you yet. What else do we got? Interest rates are stop going up. Inflation's going to stop going up. At best, inflation will slow down, and that will be a positive sign. But that's the only thing we can hold our hat on, and that's not going to happen between now and the next decision, right? Again, I do have a theory that the Fed is making max pain right now. They want it to be as painful as possible, trying to rip the Band-Aid off, rip the tape off as fast and make it hurt short term, and then flip the switch, and then actually flip the switch. And then they're going to flip the switch. So let's get rid of this. I think, yes, let's get rid of this. I think, yes, it could do this very quickly. It could do this very quickly, like into July, and then boom, next leg down. Not out of the question. It could immediately turn down now, not out of the question. What is the most unlikely to happen is a freaking V-shaped recovery right now. Now, maybe it does whatever it does, mostly go down. And then, August, September, then they flip the switch. And then maybe we get back to 40, 50, maybe 60,000 by the end of the year. And even that's unlikely, right? We'll probably go down to like 15, 10,000, and then we'll work our way back up to like 30,000, 40,000 by the end of the year. That's what I see happening. But what the F do I know? You couldn't tell me any different that Bitcoin wasn't going to 100,000 in 2021. You're making some Bill Scott type declarations there, Retro. Retro says the game shard is going to be you're getting a little too euphoric. You're getting that Harmony One euphoria pumping through your blood right now. What makes the game shard any different? All they're doing is moving you got 4 shells. You got shard 0, you got shard 1, you got shard 2, you got shard 3. Right now, the ball's under shell 1. And most of the traffic is because of games. They're moving like 80% of that ball over to shard 1, right? What is moving it to a different shard? Like, is it really going to solve a bunch of problems? If they get high quality devs to work on it, I mean, I read that. I don't know that matters though. If you mean Harmony One gets high quality devs, or the games that get on it are high quality. Everything's going to be a game changer if they get high quality devs to work on it. That high quality devs is the key. But can they pay high quality devs in a freaking extended bear market? What if we get more painful? What if Harmony One goes sub a penny? Apparently they got like 18 months of runway. I don't know how they did that math. And don't tell me to calm down. You calm down. Oh, Bitcoin's pulling back again. All the bulls were getting excited. 20,800. It's already coming back down. Did Powell say something the market didn't like? The Nasdaq's still holding up 140. E-mini 22. Starting to come down though. What's crude oil doing? $104 a barrel. It's actually up $2. Can we do anything in crude? Should I short crude? The strategy is not supported. Try legging in. Well, that sucks. I had some other shit too, didn't I? Like a riot put. That's up 20. That's almost up 50%. This should come off as a winner here pretty soon. Maybe. Harmony goes too hard offering their cheeks with aggressive quotas. What do you mean? Like they have to meet too many milestones to get the grant, to get the little grant, the little tiny grant that they offer? Unless you're a big fish. Honestly, like, I don't even like the idea that they give grants out to established projects. Like, why give a grant? If you have to give a grant to some, to me, the more I think about it, if you have to give a grant to someone like Mars Colony, like Mars Colony needs a 100K grant or whatever the hell they got, I don't even think they got a grant. So that they got something. But if you have to give it, like if Cosmic Universe can't survive without a grant after they've already deployed Cosmic Wizards and land, they're not going to make it. If they're crying that a $50,000 grant is going to make a change, that project, huge red flag, it's not going to make it. Grants should go to people that maybe they're not stringent or aggressive enough. You should put together a really solid business plan, a legitimate professional business plan of what your project is, not copy and paste like freaking Holy Grail. He got denied, so maybe that's part of the problem. But put together a legitimate business plan. Don't just copy and paste a bunch of like token distributions and things like that, right? A real guideline of like, this is what we're going to do. This is the NFT we're going to produce. This is the amount of revenue it's going to bring in. And this revenue, we're immediately, this is our goal for how much money we're going to make. And we're going to immediately convert these amount of token sales into cash for runway and things like that. Are you taking notes here, Retro? Because we're at Project Rug Pull is going to, you guys didn't know. You guys didn't know that I actually, I'm a business, I graduated with a degree in business. I don't think very often that I say it was a master's in entrepreneurship. It was one of the first colleges in the nation to have an entrepreneurship program. One of the classes I took was writing business plans, and we had to put together this class was freaking hard. We had to write like business plans that you could sell for like tens of thousands of dollars at the time with Excel spreadsheets and forecasting and PowerPoint presentations and this and that. You don't think that's how it works? Wait. BTC miners stopped selling. There's a theory that the last leg down on the last cycle was miners. There's a lot of theories. Some say it was the ETF short. This cycle miners are fat and happy. I don't know. I think a lot of miners are having to shut down because they don't have up-to-date equipment. The tiny grant is also part of it, but also if you check the proposals, they want to hit like X gamers per month. They don't get a grant unless they hit X gamers per month. Yeah, I don't know about that. Cosmic changed their proposal. They're going to keep the one pairing and add the U. Oh, there we go. So now I don't hate Cosmic Wizards as much. I still think they've probably made more bad decisions than any project out there that I can think of. I'm a zero. Bro, I was, in college, we also had another class where we had to invent a business and it was an entire project, senior project or whatever. And then we had to actually create and start the business. And I created like MySpace and Facebook and we went with it. But, I didn't have programming skills like that vampire over at Facebook, but it was pretty cool. It was kind of like Facebook. It was kind of like a Facebook nightlife community. I had all kinds of things in mind with it, like, but I didn't, you know what I'm saying, dude? I was like, what, 19, 20 years old, getting drunk every night, chasing that P-Dog, and I was broke as a joke. But I did have a stereo shop after that. That failed miserably. I had an online business supplement shop that did really well for a couple years. All right, let's see what we got here. Another stupid F. That's not. He usually sends me a message saying it's Wednesday, my dudes. This time he's down in his dumps like I am. Another stupid effing Wednesday, my dude. So Cosmic is a sleeper. Have you seen the desktop client? No, bro. It's not a sleeper. Cosmic Wizards will go under. You know what? Let's start a spreadsheet of my predictions. And we'll have it on record. We will have it on record. You guys are living in euphoria still. All right, let's do blank. Harmony, introducing people chips. Type at cell to mention people. Okay, that's great. Project name. This is gonna be a pretty simple spreadsheet. What's the best way to do this? Will it survive? That's a pretty cheesy way to say it. Will it succeed? Prediction. There we go. Prediction of success. Sipping on some wizard. And then we can do this. DeFi Kingdoms succeed. We're going to do like 90%. And then Cosmic Wizard. There's another one. We're going to go right for your jugular. Built on Unreal. Big freaking deal. Built on Unreal. Do they build their own assets? Are they buying them? How many devs do they have? How big is their team? Well, let's see what their alpha is. Key and Pill. Key and Pill. Undecided. Leaning towards fail. I think all projects in Harmony 1 are going to fail besides DeFi Kingdoms. Unless this, if an 18-month, two-year bear market, I don't even know if Harmony 1 can last, to be quite honest. A 2-year bear market plus, I don't even know if DeFi Kingdom stays up. Dude, a 2-year bear market, ain't no one going to be doing this shit. The only people that are going to be left playing any of these games are freaking Farnswoggle and you, Bill Skaw. So I'm just trying to be real. These are much higher risk than if the, again, extended bear market, these will most likely fail. Bitcoin and Ethereum and Cardano and Polkadot and Atom and a handful of others. The further that list the further down that list I go down, the chance that they fell in an extended bear market. This could be the first 6 months of this year is the worst stock market in the history of the stock market since 1932. That shit lasted until like World War I, and it got worse. And I think it turned around like 12, 13 years later. Do you think that could happen again? It's possible. When you have a 12, 13 year bear market, everything might fail. Bitcoin might barely hold on. People play more. Yeah, sure. They go to Steam and they play free-to-play games. They don't go to Binance, buy Harmony One, set up MetaMask wallets, figure out how to transfer it over. Oh, Binance has it halted. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I don't know how well that theory plays out, to be honest. I know they've got some on-ramps that's a really big deal. I know you can on-ramp through in the game through Evoverse and DFK, but can Evoverse keep the lights on? Can Evoverse, can Cosmic, can they keep the lights on? How are they making money? Cosmic Universe is complaining they barely have enough money to keep the lights on now. Where's the money coming from? We knew what you meant, Retro. Yeah, I don't know, guys. All I'm saying is you're way too euphoric, Bill. And I'm just trying to throw a little shadow of salt, a little shadow of a little, you know, a little optimism, a little pessimism. I like looking at it from all angles. 6 months ago, I thought Jewel was going to $30. I still thought Cosmic Universe was going to 0 at that time. So why would my theory change now? I was very bullish DeFiber at the time, but they continually let me down. So I think they're going to 0 now. I took all my money out of STA1 because of what's going on in this market, what they're doing with collateralized assets like staked ETH. The big banks, the big money, the big organizations, they're making bad mistakes, they're making bad decisions. They're getting too leveraged. Is too much leverage going to take down Tranquil? It's not out of the question. Also, but if you look at what's going on in Tranquil, it was like 23 million the other day. Let's see how that shit's going. Do you think their TVL has gone up, or do you think it's gone down? It's actually maybe gone up by like 100,000 or something. You'll flip 20. Yeah, I don't want to flip burgers for $20 an hour. Maybe at In-N-Out. Definitely not McDonald's. All right, everyone. I really got shit I got to do today. I'd much rather stream. I'm surprised I was able to make it an hour and a half in. I really didn't have anything to talk about, but per usual, you guys give me plenty of things to talk about. I greatly appreciate that. Let's get one last recap. The NASDAQ is pulling back a little, or is it going up still? It's kind of just hanging around this number right now. Crude oil, trying to get a little pump on crude oil. I need to watch that video so I can get a better perspective on what that guy was saying. And Bitcoin, it's probably going to be a boring 20,000. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Bitcoin's 20,500. And it's probably closer to 20,700. Yep, 20,673. Ethereum, 1108. In general, the market, that's down over the last 24 hours, but barely. ADA, 47.5 cents. Polkadot, $7.70. Harmony One's up a decent amount. It's pushing 3 cents again. Atom over $7. I am looking to accumulate more Atom. Yeah, they're all just getting small. This, guys, you know, I was going to show you this. You know what? We can talk about this real quick before I get off. All I'm saying is don't get too excited. Don't get too excited from short-term bounces. We have to go back a really long way to see when it was bad. This is 15. I don't even remember this. 18 was pretty bad. Yeah, let's look at 18. This lasted for top to bottom. This lasted for only 83 days. So this was very short. This one is obviously longer than 83 days. But this thing had a 10% dip. I'm going to have to be more efficient with this. And then a 5% pump. And then it just laddered down. Then an 11% dip. And then a 10% pump. And then an 11% dip. And then a 10% pump. And then finally a nice 17% dump. So every little time the Bill Scholars were thumping their chest saying, this is it, boys, it's over. Bull run's back on. And this was 18. This is when times were good. Times ain't good right now, guys. And we can look at a real bear market. 2008, that was a pretty V-shaped recovery. So, but it had the same thing. It had pumps right here. It had a nice little pump, and we thought it was over. You know, 28% to the upside. And these are exaggerated in crypto. And then it was right back down, double bottom, but it would go up. But here, when it was going down, this is a very good example of what we could be seeing. It had a 12% dump, and then 9%. This 9% up move, the Bill Scholars were pounding their chest saying it was over, right? And then boom. Boom. God damn it. 21% down. And then, okay. People started panic again. Oh, Bill Scholars pumping his chest, 25% up. And then we're just going to get to there was another little Bill Scholars moment where it was over. And then Bob's your uncle, 50% down. Right? So all I'm saying, and we're seeing this play out right now. We're just going to get to the massive right here, 21% down. And then people, you know, there was a couple buy the dip moments in there. But this was a nice big fat buy. Everyone was screaming, buy the dip, buy the dip. So, and a 17% up move. People bought the dip with any little cash reserves they had. And then boom, we went down 23% after that. And then we started pumping again. No, maybe like 3 people on the planet had buy the dip money back into this nice 11% move up. Maybe people had buy the dip money. A few people bought. And then they got destroyed. 11% up, followed by 15% down. That's 1 step forward, 2 steps back, guys. So all I'm saying is just because we got a green candle, we got a couple little green candles, this thing could go up and then go back down. In my opinion, I will be blown away if it doesn't come down to this line. I will also be blown away. Let's see how we're doing on the weekly. At minimum, it's going to touch this. I think it's coming down to this. I think it's going to get too oversold and extended down to here. And then maybe we're back on. I can do the same exercise in crypto, and it's going to be a lot bigger. It's going to be a lot freaking bigger, but it happens. Crypto can have a 50% pump, sometimes 100% pump to the upside. Sometimes 103% pump to the upside. Look at this. This is not unusual. But technically, most people consider this the top. This is just an unusual bull trap. So we've had right here A very unusual bull trap. Maybe the short squeeze just made this look distorted. There was a little bit of a short squeeze that pumped this higher than it should have been, when it really should have just, maybe it normally would have got to right here. Maybe all those leverages and things caused this to be a little bit off kilter. You know what I'm saying? But you take this off, it probably should have been more like this. 74% to the upside, and then down, right? And then down. Realistically, it probably should have looked like more like this, but we just got a little bit of an anomaly, you know, for whatever reason. So the same thing can happen. This thing could pump 70, 80, 90% to the upside. It could go all the way to like 37.5 is a pretty big support and resistance. It would not be out of the question for this to go to 37,000 and then down to 12,000. Everyone was beating their chests not too long ago when Bitcoin was 42,000 and it squeezed all the way up to 47,000. I had people coming out of the woodwork saying Bitcoin looks really good right now, doesn't it? And I'm just like, I didn't really say much, but I'm like, yeah, you know, it's better than a $30,000 Bitcoin. But I wasn't really thinking we were going to all-time highs at that point. Why can't we just stay in the 20? We can. Use the logarithmic scale. What the F is that going to do? It just makes the numbers a little more even out. But I wouldn't get too happy. I wouldn't start beating your chest too early. That's all I'm saying. We could have a nice pump all the way up to 37, hell, even higher. We've shown that we can even get a higher high and still fail. All right, everyone, 8:05. I hope you have a great day. I may or may not stream later today. We'll have to see how the day goes. I do have to change a car battery. That's probably going to wear me out. I have to go. I'm going to try and get an oil change. That's annoying. So I'll probably drop my car off and walk home and then walk back. I'm not getting an Uber. Chillbaggins in the house. Jason in the house. How you doing, brother? Price is a psychological phenomenon. No one. Now all of a sudden you admit you don't know. All right. Love you all. Peace.